What will YouTube look like in 2023? Which creators will find success? And how do both of those questions tie in with these guys? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's gang are the perfect YouTubers. We're just not there yet. Here's why their storytelling format is going to be perfect for this platform and how you can adopt it to stay ahead of the curve. In its current form, YouTube kind of feels like this. $100,000 It's intense. The platform's content is spectacle-driven, retention-focused, and does everything it can to abduct your attention. There's a winning formula and seemingly a recipe for success, which ultimately has led to an ocean of copycat creators. The phenomenon has even been referred to as MrBeastification. But of course, YouTube has had many phases over many years, and this evolution is needed for things that want to stick around. 2005 saw the birth of not only YouTube, but also a little low-budget sitcom created by these three fellas. This show, of course, was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Boys are out tonight, huh?
And 17 years later, it's still here. Credited as the longest-running live-action sitcom in American history, It's Always Sunny has avoided losing its touch or jumping the shark. In fact, many of the show's funniest and most iconic episodes come in its later seasons.
But I'm not really a performer.
I get a performance out of you.
With so many other TV shows losing steam or falling flat, what keeps bringing us back to Sunny? The first thing to mention are the episode titles. Made up of the gang or a character's name followed by a humorous event, we know in an instant what to expect in the episode.
Because we're gonna bang.
But it's more than just an eye-catching description. The title cards are used as comedic effect, often juxtaposing the closing line of the cold open.
I'm just palling around with the guys. How's anybody gonna get hurt?
And it does not get old.
Don't worry about us, Mac. We'll be just fine.
Never.
I'm gonna save my dad's life.
They found their formula here and hardly budged. Making sure we have a grin on our face as we lead into the opening credits is vital and gives us the energy to continue. But let's not neglect those cold opens themselves. These opening few minutes waste no time in setting up the dynamics, encapsulating the entire episode's story in only a few lines.
You have to be a real low-life piece of shit to get involved in politics.
Obviously, cold opens are nothing new in TV, but we're also used to seeing these opening scenes have no real relevance to the rest of the episode. During the episode, there'll often be a main plot and a side plot. It works because it keeps things fresh, as well as increasing urgency to return to the story you care more for. One of the reasons Sunny has stuck around is that it's purely character-driven. The gang get up to wacky events, sure, but the focus is always not on what they're doing, but more how they're doing it. It's an emphasis on situation and response, as opposed to spectacle and reaction. The fact that we care so much about these characters means Sunny has some of the funniest bottle episodes. They really can stick the characters in a room for 20 minutes and provide gold.
That's kind of tough. Did you ever cook this?
And that effort put into nourishing these characters is why they're still here 15 seasons later. We've come to know these guys pretty well, which means a lot of the fun is predicting what they're gonna do, or being subverted, for longevity for us and for the actors. So, YouTube has changed a lot. Many would claim its golden years are behind us, but there's no denying viewership and attention has never been higher, and in a weird way that's worked against creators. The result is thousands of creators going all in on what works right now, but the elastic band is about to snap. Ryan Trahan really proved it this year, revealing that we're hungry for personality. His series was a refreshing blending of genres, combining the intimacy of the vlogger generation and the spectacle of today's wizards. 50,000! We get sick of things fast. It's why trends die quickly and kids cringe at the same memes they laughed at once it reaches their parents. Right now, we're thirsty for storytelling. A new formula needs to be written. Now, if you're a creator who loves telling stories, you might be licking your lips at the way Sunny is constructed, or you just don't see it yet. Here's the similarities I think we'll see. You may have noticed those Sunny titles are remarkably similar to what we see every day on YouTube. It's the exact same recipe, and it's because it works to get our attention. I don't expect that to change. On a platform of clickbait, it's helpful to be literal. But I do expect there to be a real introduction of conventional cold opens.
I knew it!
The first 30 seconds of a YouTube video is its most important, and I think throwing ourselves into the deep end with a scene that encapsulates what's to come may be the strategy moving forward. I'm going to deconstruct MrBeast Squid Game videos shortly, reorganizing it in the same vein as Sunny. I truly believe before we know it, the greatest YouTube video of all time is going to look outdated. The difference between current YouTube intros and where it could go next all revolves around character. Most intros right now tease the situation, the stakes, and the spectacle. But Sunny doesn't need any of that. In fact, it usually just looks like this. There's such a trust in the writing and the essence of each character that we're already imagining what they're imagining. They don't have to show us what's coming. They're just telling us why we want to be there. In a sense, we're seeing the ideation process of a YouTube video in real time.
See, D, people like us, we don't get got. We go get.
And when that title card hits,
That's right. You won't see us getting scammed.
No way.
now we're in for the ride. It's such a natural way of starting the story from the very beginning without anything dragging. Then we have A and B stories. Many YouTubers use this technique already, as cutting away from action at its height instills urgency. Having two plot lines that move forward in parallel and then meet at the end is storytelling 101, but I still think it's in its infancy over here on YouTube. Let's play around with that little Squid Game video.
I recreated every single set from Squid Game in real life, and whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
The opening 10 seconds are great. All things considered, it's perfect for the way things are set up right now. We see the sets, the challenge, and most importantly, the reward. But where Jimmy departs from the original is that there's no time for establishing why we care about this. Of course, we all probably do because the production value is out of this world, but let me ask you a difficult question. Is that video remembered for anything else? I know Jimmy could make a similar impact without spending millions on it. The original walks us through the lives of each character, their desires and weaknesses, ultimately making their choices more impactful. So how do we translate this? This is Jimmy's channel, so maybe he'll focus on himself. What if the video began with just him walking through the empty sets, with more of a focus on what it took to get there? I recreated every single set in Squid Game in real life, and later today, 456 people will compete for 456 grand. With millions of dollars, months of work, and one big crazy idea, today is the day we find out if it was all worth it. Let the games begin. This very slight change puts a whole new spin on the video. We're enthused to see the games, sets, and prize, but now we're also feeling Jimmy's anxiety about the whole thing. Was it worth the investment? Is everything going to work? Did he go one step too far? Personally, it would have been fascinating to see the kind of toll the video had on Jimmy while he was shooting it. He knew the video had potential to be groundbreaking and didn't want to crumble. There's so much drama there that we just didn't see. So when should we expect to see this shift on YouTube? Who knows? But where mainstream YouTube has mastered entertainment, I feel like we're drifting away from impact. And as a creator, your priority should be leaving a mark on your audience. And I know this character-focused way of thinking isn't the blueprint yet, but why wait?